What's up, guys? This is Dennis speaking on behalf of PipsMatter's.com, a very good educational and information site for traders. In today's video for the 16th of August, we're going to go over a couple of very important information. First, I'm going to go over a few high probability trade ideas that I found. But I need to mention something. I actually released these two trade ideas on our social media, which is Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, because I didn't have time to actually compile this video at that specific time, so I just released the trades. I will show you them live. They're going really well, especially GBP JPY, 60 plus pips already and counting. Then I'm going to be moving over to specific stock market education. A correction is coming, and yesterday's video I explained a little bit about it. Today I'm going to give you more information so you can kind of prepare yourself and educate yourself on what's really important in the next coming few months. Finally, we're going to go over fundamentals for the day. We have good news coming out of, market moving news coming out of the UK, US, a little bit out of the Eurozone, but UK, US, big stuff coming out of there. And we have the crude oil inventories, which are sure to move oil and oil correlated currencies, which are the Canadian dollar, Norwegian crown, Russian ruble, and Mexican peso. Then we're going to go over risk and reward, and finally we're going to wrap up everything with the Belgrade seminar, which will be held on October 14th, 2017. Let's jump straight into this. We don't have too much time. In regards to the high probability trade ideas, first, Forex. After selling both JPY and the GBP yesterday, today we're mixing the pairs as we've found an excellent trade setup on GBP JPY. We are buying GBP JPY. There's still chances for people to enter and capitalize on this big move that's coming on this pair. Then we're going over commodities. We continue to sell oil, but today we have a target. We're taking it down to 46.5. That's our sell take profit target, and we believe it could be reached today, but there is a but here, and I'm going to explain it once we go over oil in the charting we're going to do. Finally, crypto. We remain strongly bullish on all cryptocurrencies. We now believe Bitcoin can reach or exceed 10K in December 2017. So that's going to be a big one. Let's go straight over to the chart and see what's going on in the markets. Okay, this is GBP JPY, that big trade. You're looking at the daily chart here. Our take profit target here is 44.50. So let me just move this a little bit down. There you go. Stop loss 50 pips, take profit 215. We already have 62.1 pips on this trade. I'm going to explain what's going on. We have a nice little triangle here right at the top of price action. You can see it moving. We believe that there are good indications that there will be a breakout by October, November, December on this actual pair. But in the markets, we make money in the now and not in the future. So we're just basically reacting to price action. What we have here is a very strong pattern, which is a free layer pattern. That's a low, a higher low here. So a low here, higher low, highest low. The confirmation was given on this day here. That's the 10th of August, when price action made this red candle, made a new low, but closed in the green. So it's a 2 candlestick pattern. Straight away gave us the green light to go in. And today, as you can see, we've bought pretty much at the bottom here, and now we have 62 pips in profit. We are trying to get about 215. That's the maximal profit target. I would be happy even with 150 here. Wouldn't mind closing out then. The way I'm going to trade this is actually, once I breach the 100 pips, I will be moving my stop loss into profit. I'll move it to about 30 pips in profit and turn it into a trailing stop loss to try and maximize as much as I can the returns on this pair. Lots of news coming out of the UK. When we speak about the fundamentals, I will explain about it. I think that GBP could move strongly to the upside. In general, we're looking at a weaker JPY for the rest of the trading week. In regards to gold, we are actually selling gold. The downside is limited. It's right till here. That's what I think the downside is. It's not huge downside, but it is about 50-60 pips, so it's a day trade. where GBP JPY is a trend trade. We're looking at selling gold. I already am. The profit was a bit bigger before. We're still looking at more downside. I'm a little worried about this support level turned resistance, but I do think it will be breached, and I think price action will come down here. So what I'm going to do is lower my stop loss so I can have a 2-to-1 risk reward. Initially I thought it would drop more, but now I'm happy to take to risk 23 pips to earn 55. I do think gold will head a little lower. I think the dollar is going to be a bit stronger with the tensions between North Korea and US kind of easing out a little bit. Generally gold I'm taking down, stronger USD, stronger GBP, weaker JPY. Now let's look at oil. Oil reached this level right here yesterday, and I'm worried that this is that support level. I do think that the trading range is 40 to 50, maybe 52. I am worried that price could head higher during the news today, so I will be lowering my stop loss by about 25-30%, and my take profit I will be moving higher towards this area here, so I'm going to actually lower it even more, right about here. So a 1-to-1, not ideal. Changes in the market. Well, yesterday things looked better. I was in a nice profit yesterday. I was 4.9 pips in profit, and I didn't take out today. I looked at the scenarios a little bit more, and crude oil inventories could actually be positive for oil. So be careful. Be careful with oil. Very mixed, so I'm not gonna give a recommendation to it. I'm pretty much thinking that I'm gonna be stopped out in this one. But the good thing is I'm gonna capitalize on GBP JPY. That's my trend trade, and gold my day trade. I'm in an overall profit, very small, 30 bucks, and that's because oil is kicking my ass a little bit. But in general, things are looking good. That's pretty much it. Let's head over back to the PowerPoint. I have a lot of information to provide, specific information. So let's go back to the chart. Okay, so let's continue. Right now, I'm going to go over December 2017. This is the stock market information that I want to talk about. As I stated in yesterday's video, I strongly believe that December this year we will be facing a correction in the world stock markets. A correction is a move counter to the existing trend of no more than 20%. Anything above 20% in most cases would be counted as a bear market. And I don't think that's going to happen, but it could. Now, did you know that after every two-term US presidency ends, we have a bear market? Literally. Here we go. I'm going to explain to you. Nixon was a two-term president of the US. Once he ended his two-term presidency, there was a 50% drop in the US stock market. Reagan's two-term presidency was followed by a 26% drop. Clinton's was followed by the 48%, that was the dot-com bubble. And then Bush was followed by a 36% drop. For you guys to know, Obama was a two-term president, and he's built up something pretty nice. The debt has soared more than ever in Obama's presidency, so the next crash could be pretty strong. But I don't expect it to happen right away. I think they planned this thing out really good for Trump to get his ass kicked, become the devil basically, because of everything Bush and Obama have done. They've pretty much set up the mother of all crashes, and I think we're going to see a very strong correction, well, bear market in the US and worldwide. That's probably going to happen in 2018, most likely 2019, but all of this can escalate and it could happen faster. Based on my time cycles and predictions, I expect that to happen in October 2019. And December 2017, I expect a strong crash to follow. But I'm not the only one who's thinking about this. I'm not the only one waiting to trade a correction. George Soros has actually taken a $1.8 billion position against the US stock market. That's a big, big position, and it's bound to earn him a lot of money once it happens. Now you guys need to know that when Trump became president, George Soros started shorting the US stock market and actually took a beating because it started rising. He kind of misjudged the situation, but he's going to be spot on this one. He's going to recover his losses and make a profit. So, today's key fundamentals. In the UK, the key release today is the labour market report for June. Average weekly earnings growth has decreased in recent months, and the lower wage growth highlights that the lack of underlying inflation pressure, diminishing the likelihood of a rate hike by the Bank of England for the remainder of 2017. The minutes from the July FOMC meetings are due for release later in the day. Focus will remain on the discussion of the timing of QE, which is quantitative easing or quantitative tightening, and any comments on how concerned the Fed is about the low inflation, which it now describes as below 2%, and previously they've been stating it's somewhat below 2%. So if inflation continues to be low as it is, I'm going to speak about this in more detail in another video, but I seriously think that it's going to be connected towards the recession that will come. But let's use UK as an example for inflation. When the UK voted to leave the EU, the GBP weakened significantly, bringing inflation much higher than the actual Bank of England target. So that's what the Fed is going to do. They're going to weaken the USD to bring inflation higher. Not only that, but also, did you know that Republicans, every time the Republicans are in the office, Congress and White House, the dollar has been weaker, and every time the Democrats have had the White House, the dollar has been stronger. So these are two very strong reasons I'm very bearish on the USD, and in return bullish on gold. So today the UK government will also publish a position paper on the possible solutions to the issue of the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland following Brexit. These are the key things happening in the markets today, so be prepared. Now let's talk about risk and reward. Simply put, if you want a big reward, take a bigger risk. If you want an average reward in an average life, take average risks. I know it's much easier said than done, but that's how the world and the markets work. No risk, no reward. I generally think that the biggest risk in life is the refusal to take risks. I've been taking risks all my life. I've grown up, well, I didn't grow up in the best scenarios, but I took many risks. I pushed myself harder, and here I am. I can seriously say that I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to the markets. I am an authority figure on the island of Cyprus. I know much more than many of the people, and the result of this is taking risks. I say this because return and risk are the two sides of the same coin. They're always there. If you want rewards, you need to take risks. Rewards can be anything in life, whether that's good health, money, a better image. That doesn't matter. It comes with risks. I am of course speaking about calculated risks, not blind risks. Calculated risks are seeing possibilities logically, calculating and understanding the risk fully, and then acting on it with courage, strength, and confidence. A blind risk is a gamble. It's rushing. It holds no specific information aside from the greed to earn more. So when you're trading the markets, think in terms of calculated risks, not blind risks. I will speak much more about this at our Belgrade seminar. We will make a summary video, but it's going to be much shorter than the actual seminar. If you are in Belgrade, if you live in Hungary, Croatia, Romania, or around Belgrade or in Belgrade, please try to come to this event. I promise you satisfaction. And however, if you are traveling outside of Belgrade, I will even give you a discount on this. So please make sure to attend this event. I promise to provide a lot of information. Lots of information will be provided to this event. Here's the specific information for the seminar. It's all been finalized. Our seminar will be held on the 14th of October at the Life Design Hotel in Belgrade. It's in the city center right behind Hotel Moscow. We have a capacity of 130 seats for this 6-hour premium seminar. Now, a charity will be announced this week when the official promotions begin. You can find more information on our website about this event on the front and first slider once you come on the website. If you are in Belgrade on the 14th of October, we would love to see you at our very special event. Now, as a reminder, this event is sponsored by Kavasi.com. This is an awesome C-Trader broker that you need to test out. They have thousands of tradable assets, excellent services, very quick withdrawals. I tell you because I withdraw a lot from there. And I generally like them. Anyhow, thank you for watching this video. I hope it's helped you in one way or another. My name is Dennis, and me and pretty much everyone at PipsMatter.com wish you a successful trading day. Bye now.